It's like that.
What's up, YouTube? It's Avery Heaney TV here. Today, I returned to Carowinds ever since July of 2019. And this time when I'm here, the biggest attraction, Fury 325, will be closed today due to a metal support that broke, part of the support beams. And you can see right around here, I believe that's where they welded it a little bit, so it's making a little bit of good progress. And I think Fury should probably open, if I had to guess. Oh! I just heard something. Maybe they're fixing it now. I actually see some workers.
Looks like they're trying to screw out the old support column over there.
Yeah.
They're gonna drill work towards the base of the support.
So it's right around here, that's where they did the welding, and I think it's making some good progress, and I think Fury should maybe open within the next month or so, if I had to guess. Could be longer, I don't know. But it seems promising right now. Alright, the first attraction is going to be the Intimidator. And back in 2019, there were a lot of trims on the airtime hills, and many claim it's like one of the weakest B&M hypers, but I disagree, because when I experienced the trims, I was yanked out of my seat. And now it's been a few years since I was at Carowinds, so like, I wonder what I'll think of Intimidator this time. Now I've ridden Diamondback and Apollo's Chariot, so who knows?
Riding Intimidator and enjoy the rest of your day in Carowinds.
Alright, the next attraction is actually going to be Kitty Hawk. Now, back in 2019 when I was nearly almost 280 pounds, I literally could not fit on Kitty Hawk, and I forced an employee to make me go to another row, and I just barely fit, and boy, from what I remember, for these kind of Vekoma clones, pretty rough. But flying aerial chase at Kings Island I thought was pretty good, so now that I lost so much weight, I might have a better experience on Kitty Hawk now, so who knows?
Yeah, at least it's not here. Like a few more inches.
Oh, you're ready for dispatch. You guys ready to make some noise?
Yeah, 40-minute wait. Yeah, that'll be the longest we waited for.
Welcome back, have a ride.
Alright guys, I got off Nighthawk, and I gotta tell you, this time, a lot better than I remember. I don't know if it was because I weighed so much, but I was like towards the back last time in 2019, and I found it to be very painful for a Vekoma. This time I was in the very front row, and wow, I didn't even feel like roughness at all pretty much. Like, yes, it's shaky, but very intense, and I didn't even have a single headbang. This was a lot better than I remember. How about you, Mike?
I really enjoyed that. I wasn't expecting the worst, but it was smooth. I really enjoyed it. I have it over Nitro now. The corkscrews weren't good, but they weren't that bad. We got stuck on the brake run because of that cube cleanup. So otherwise, it was great. I loved it.
How about you, Matt?
It was really enjoyable. I liked how it was a bit intense. It's the second Vekoma Flying Dutchman I've ridden after that wing at Six Flags America.
Nice. Now, this used to be Stealth from California's Great America until 2003. Then it got relocated to Carowinds in 2004, retheming it to Nighthawk. So that's pretty cool. Jay, how was the ride?
All right, so it was good. It was interesting. It's definitely a very odd ride. We also got stuck on the brake run for like 7 minutes because on the other train somebody puked in the station, so they had to clean that. So that was an experience too.
Yeah, we were stuck for about a good 10 minutes after that, but other than that, not bad.
All right, Copperhead Strike now.
Yes, so we're actually right in the Copperhead Strike area now, and I don't think it should be a long line. That doesn't look too packed here. We'll see.
Welcome back, guys. Go ahead and unbuckle those seatbelts and buckle while you come to a complete stop. You can push down to the orange lap bar.
Alright guys, just got off Copperhead Strike. I did one front row ride and a backseat ride. In my opinion, I feel like Copperhead Strike is more of a front seat kind of ride because that first airtime hill, I was yanked down on my seat. And this thing never gets all in Copperhead. The Stangle dive after the second vertical loop. Unbelievable. Now, we're in a walk-on wait for Afterburn. I can't wait. Afterburn so far was my favorite B&M invert. Who knows? I mean, I just went on Alpengeist recently, so Alpengeist is up there too.
Oh, color is a bit bad.
Clear to take off.
Alright guys, we just did Flying Cobras and it's just a boomerang. I mean, it's good, but in my opinion actually, I think I actually prefer Gray Escapes boomerang over Flying Cobras. Despite that Gray Escapes has the older trains, I don't know, I just feel like it's more intense and a little smoother. Next we're about to do the Goldrusher, known as Carolina Goldrusher. I haven't been on this since 2019, and from what I remember, I really enjoyed this mine train, especially at the end, where I didn't even notice that they had a tunnel. That really caught me off guard. Alright guys, we're about to do Carolina Cyclone out, and it got a repaint, folks. Beautiful. I think they either repainted it last year or this year. I'm not entirely sure, but that's pretty cool to see, and according to the weight, it is a walk-on. So multiple roller coasters are closed today. We have Vortex closed, and I heard it didn't even open once this season. I don't know what happened to it. And Fury, of course, is closed as well. I even checked out Hurler, and Hurler is also closed for some reason as well. And Fury, obviously, we all know what happened. So, quite a few rides are closed today for Carowinds for my return trip, but at least I did, couldn't really speak for a moment, but we did a ride on Intimidator, which was very solid. We also did Carolina Cyclone, which I think is a very underrated aero looper. What did you think, Jay?
It was actually pretty fun, and honestly, it's surprising how much airtime you actually get for an aero looper.
Oh yeah. Then we did Ricochet, and this time, Ricochet, I was pretty disappointed with it. 2019, I didn't find it to be terrible, but much rougher than before. Desperately needs a paint job, or just take it down. Apple's Apple is 100 times better than Ricochet, because Apple's Apple I just found to be like really smooth, and I just know how to maintain it, I think. Now this is one of my favorite areas of Carowinds, is the little tree pathway. Not only this place has it, but King's Dominion also has one, and Cedar Point. Alright guys, so after we had lunch, and just walking around the park for a little while, we are now heading back to Nighthawk. And this time, crowds are even lower than before. Alright everybody, today's for review is going to be the Fury Freeze. I haven't had it since 2019. I remember falling in love with that Dippin' Dots flavor, so without further ado, let's give this a whirl. Good. Alright, here we go folks. So this is blue raspberry, I believe vanilla, and sour green apple. That was good. I kind of wish it had a little more sour kick to it, but still pretty good. I'd probably rate this a 3.5 out of 5. Alright, now we're going to do Woodstock Express. I've done the one at King's Dominion and Kings Island. Kings Island, in my opinion, is the weakest one compared to King's Dominion and Carowinds. Every enthusiast says that Carowinds is actually the best one, and boy, 2019, when I was in like the very last seat, I was yanked out of my seat to the point where I said that this was better than Hurler. So this is a really nice area of Camp Snoopy. I really like the fountain with Snoopy and his Woodstock friends. Really like this. Got some benches to sit at. Wooden log theme area, pretty much. Got some kiddie rides in that section. And I just got off Woodstock, and this time, just as good as I remember from 2019. This is my favorite Woodstock Express in the Cedar Fair parks I've been to so far. Second place would be King's Dominion, and the least would be Kings Island. Wow, this is gorgeous. This is still part of Camp Snoopy. And you get some waterfalls for a little theme. Gorgeous. Alright guys, round 3 for Afterburn now. We did the backseat our first ride, front row second, and we're probably just gonna do like a couple more rides on this. And it is a walk-on still. It's been a walk-on all day at Carowinds. Low crowds. Just got off Afterburn. This ride never gets old. Makes me want to ride it more and more. And I don't know when I'll be returning to Carowinds, but Afterburn is my #1 being I'm in Verticoaster. Most of my people in this group definitely disagrees with me on this, because Matt really likes Alpengeist ahead of it. Jay, what do you have ahead of Afterburn?
I actually don't know what I have ahead of it,
Oh.
so it makes me think. I still gotta think about it.
Gotcha. And Mike, what's your favorite B&M right now?
I'd probably say Afterburn by a hair. Barely better than Marathon, but it's not very marathonable to me.
Gotcha. I mean, it is a little rough, but not like Alpengeist rough or anything like that.
It's intense, which I love, but it's not something I can ride like 4 and maybe 3 times a day.
Saw that the Windstar was opening earlier, but now it's closed. So this looks pretty cool for the bumper cars. Hover and Dodge. Frequent Fryers. We went there earlier just to get some water. It is a scorcher out there today. It's like 95 degrees. Like, is that your really thing? Like 95 or?
94, 95. 2.5 about.
Wow. We're about to do a top scan kind of ride now. I believe it's made by Huss. And Adventureland Long Island used to have that kind of ride until the end of 2005 or summer of 2005 when there was an incident where a lady fell to her death. I gotta find the source for that, but I did hear about that. Carolina Cyclone is very underrated in my books for an aero. Honestly, it might be one of my favorites. I love the 2 vertical loops. I even enjoy the corkscrew. It doesn't even give me a headbang. My only complaint though is like when you go into like the bank turn, kind of hurts your shoulders a little bit, but not horrible though. All right, we're about to do Drop Tower now, and I have been on Drop Tower at Carowinds. Was gonna do the one at King's Dominion when I was there, but unfortunately it was closed the whole entire day. And I was also really looking forward to compare both of them, see which is better. But haven't been on this in quite a while, and let's see how intense it is from the last couple of years. We just got off the Drop Tower, and I gotta tell you, this is easily one of the best drop towers I've ever ridden. Zumanjaro, despite it's really tall, it goes fast, but I feel like it's not that forceful compared to Drop Tower at Carowinds and even the Drop Tower at Kings Island. Like, both of them destroyed in my eyes, even Stratosphere at Knoebels. Well guys, today is a very, very sad day for me at Carowinds. For my second time ever to Carowinds ever since I last visited in 2019, Fury 325 is closed due to a structural damage in one of the supports. It made it on the news, and I heard that they're removing one of the support beams to make a replacement. And I think they should be getting the part in by tomorrow maybe, or sometime in the next week or so. Don't quote me on this, but that's what I was told from an enthusiast. But man, I hope they can get this ride fixed soon, and many enthusiasts are very upset when they heard the news, and quite frankly, I would not even be surprised if Carowinds is this dead today, all because all the enthusiasts are disappointed that Fury is closed. I mean, I don't blame them, but I have to understand at the same time it's just closed for a reason.
It's recording.
Alright guys, so back in 2019, when I was so big, I was barely even able to fit on Fury because I had to be pinned to the seat. Now I've lost so much weight that like, I can just fit no problem.
You gotta kick it too.
The test seat doesn't work.
No, it works, it works. Hang on, I got it for you. All right, try now.
There we go.
There we go. Yeah, that's how it is.
And the light is green, folks. I finally fit.
Look at that.
Oh yeah. There is a drone right here, folks, right next to the first drop, and I think the reason why a drone's here is so they can see the progress of how Fury's being fixed right now currently.
This
so
could be an enthusiast drone, probably flying it over, even though maybe the park wouldn't like it. Or it could be the manufacturer using a drone to survey damage.
Could be that too. All right, we're about to do Screamweaver now, and this is their Enterprise model. Really cool. All right, everybody, I just did a 4th ride on Afterburn, and this is by far, still to this day, I don't know if I'm ever gonna change my mind. Afterburn is by far my favorite inverted coaster I've ridden. And in fact, it might even be a top 10 of B&M like in general I've ridden too. Because Afterburn just whips you like crazy, never loses its speed, gives you strong positives as well, and like, it's like similar to my 2019 experience, but maybe even better. All right, folks, our last ride of the day will be Intimidator. And I believe this will be our 4th ride on it, maybe 5th. Gotta double check, but this is currently the line. That's literally been like this all day. Hasn't even seen like 20-minute waits or anything too, like, wow. All right, guys, our last ride for the night was Intimidator. And I gotta say, very underrated B&M Hyper Coaster. In fact, it actually might be my favorite. Maybe Diamondback could beat it by a hair, I'm not sure, but Intimidator was better than I remember. Yanked on every hill too. I feel like the floater is quite strong too, and didn't even lose the speed either. Like, yes, the trims are definitely noticeable, which is why everybody calls it Intimidator. But don't let the trims fool you, folks. I got yanked out of my seat. So as I'm leaving to go to the car, I saw a little more progress of Fury 325. So today I see a crane, and I think that they're gonna move part of the support beams or something. If I had to guess, Fury should probably open like in the next like couple weeks maybe, or a month. Not entirely sure. I actually spoke with one of the people that worked at Fury, and he thinks that it might open a little less than a month, so who knows? Goodbye, Carowinds. I will miss you. And hopefully next time when I'm there, Fury 325 will open again. How was the trip, everybody, to Carowinds today?
It was a fun day and fantastic.
Absolutely.
It would have been better with Fury, but I think this is the best day we could have had without it, but it's a day without Fury.
You know, it is a shame that Fury was closed, but I had a great time on Intimidator, and Afterburn was even better than I remember, to be honest, because it had more prodigies I didn't even remember about, and that Batwing element never gets old. The vertical loop gives you like serious hang time. Copperhead Strike was also really good too. My only downside with Copperhead though is I really wish the launches could be a lot more intense, but at least has like some airtime moments though, and you know, also like some strong laterals too. What do you like about Copperhead, Matt?
I love the airtime, and I love the hang time of like going through the vertical loop. It's so fun.
How about you, Jalen?
About Copperhead?
Yeah.
Honestly, probably hang time and also some good ejector.
Cool.
Middle of the ride too.
And you, Mike?
Pretty much what he and Matt said in a nutshell. I love the hang time, the ejector, but like you said, launches could be a lot better. It's not a super intense ride, it's more of a fun ride than anything.
Oh, I also
And the
want
restraints kind of suck.
Sorry. I also want to shout out the crew today at Copperhead. All of you guys were great throughout the day, and especially the crew that was there at around like 7-ish p.m. for our last ride. So you guys were awesome. You guys were quick. You guys were really
and
funny on the
hilarious
microphones, too.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Everybody
Everybody was
these
dying
ops
laughing.
just made my day. Like, despite Fury was closed, they actually made me feel better by just making me have a laugh, you know?
They were hilarious.
They were. Well, I'm going to end it right here, folks. So the next video will be Dollywood. Thanks for watching. Please comment and subscribe below. And as always, peace out.
Peace.